So good morning guys, welcome to today's pre-market analysis. So I hope my audio and everything is clearly audible to you, and I hope my screen is also visible. So we'll just have a quick look at what exactly we got on the previous day, last Friday on 28th. So if you see that with respect to our pivot line, the market remained sideways after opening over here. The opportunity for the last Friday was, from our perspective, it was pretty much less. If you see that, no proper rejection from either from the resistance zone it touched. It gave a break out above this our pivot line after the opening. It came and tested the pivot line and came nearly 26,172 and marked a low, and it again regained and again went up to this particular pivot line level. But the opportunity wise, if you see, the opportunity was pretty less to zero for with respect to our view. It was kind of dragging. The market was lagging as well. So, but today, let's see what all it brings with respect to the levels and all. It marked a high, new all-time ATH at 26,310, and it is reversing. So let's see with respect to today's level. I hope my audio is audible. So with respect to today, the pivot line of Nifty lies at 26,220. Pivot line lies at 26,220 is the pivot line. So with respect to that, we will mark the three support and resistance. So support is at 26,000 and no 26,120, 125 it is. Let's mark it 130. 26,130 will be the support one, and support 2 will be a 26,050, 26,050, and support 3 lies at 25,950. So 100 points each if you see, and resistance lies at 26,300. At first resistance will be near to our new ATH. So if it is sustaining above this 300, then we can definitely go for that continuation of the bullish trend. So resistance 2 lies at 26,300, 400, almost 390 it is, 26,400, and R3 is at 26,470. So these are the three support and resistance with respect to our pivot line. So bullish zone is always between R2 and R3, 26,400 and 26,470. It is almost marked over there. So similar to the previous day's level. And with respect to the this consolidation zone, it will be between support 1 and support 2. 26,130 is the support 1, and 26,300 will be the resistance 1. So it will be between this, and with respect to the bearish zone, it will be below. If it is breaking below our support 1, and it is almost similar to the previous day, you see. So this only uh, everything seems similar to previous day, and pivot line lies also 26,220 itself. So the R1 also we marked at 26,300. So with respect to this, if you see that the market already closed below our 26,222, which is our pivot line level. So any reclaim, so if Nifty is reclaiming this particular level, and it is reclaiming and retesting that particular level, and if it is sustaining above that with a higher volume, then we can validate this R1 level. Until and unless it is below, it is trading below this level, then my perspective is always on the bear side. So if it is sustaining below this level with a then I'll go for a bearish side only to the first to the S1 and then similar to the S2. So any moment above this level with a good volume. So if my on my perspective the volume is validating this movement above this pivot line, then definitely I'll go for the bullish side with keeping the R1 as the first target, and after that trailing to this R1 and waiting for this further levels to be taken or tested. So this is with respect to the Nifty 50. We will move on to Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty, if you see that the opportunity, like we had an opportunity, but the movement was, if you see that, pretty much like consolidating one. If you see that from here we could have taken an entry to the bull side with respect to our first R1. It almost touched like almost means if you see 59,897, 3 point less to the target, but uh, this was for the previous day, and we will have a look at. And if you see that another ATH with a perfect doji candle, if you see. So with respect to Bank Nifty, if you see that pivot point lies at 59,750. This is where the pivot lies, and with respect to that support one lies at 59,600, and support 2 lies at 59,450, and support 3 lies at 59,300. So these are the three support, and with respect to resistance, if you see 59,900 will be the first resistance, 59,900, and second resistance 2 will be at 60,050, 50, and resistance 3 will be at 60,200. So these are the three zones with respect to our pivot line. So we'll mark the pivot line quickly. So we have pre-market opening, and nearly it is opening at 60,100. So it's a very Khatarnak gap of opening. So we will mark the pivot line. So 59,750 is the pivot line, and R1 was at 59,900. So if it is even opened above our second resistance, we will mark it down. So if we mark it down, 60,050 was our second resistance, and it is opening above this level. So wait for this first initial time period. We'll have a quick look at Sensex and we'll come back and discuss that. So Sensex, if we see the levels, so for Sensex the pivot line lies at 85,750, and with respect to that support one lies at 85,540. 85,540 will be the support one, and support 2 lies at 85,370, and support 3 lies at 85,160. So with respect to the resistance part, 85,920 will be the first resistance, and resistance 2 lies at 86,130, and resistance 3 lies at 86,300. So today we have a huge gap up. So if we see, so these are the levels with respect to Sensex, and we will discuss the gap up opening. 750, 85,920. So this will be the levels with respect to Sensex. We will come on to Nifty quickly. Nifty 50. And if we see that it is opening above our resistance 1 itself, so it's a good, very another all-time high. If you see 26,325, it is where it is opening. So wait for this first initial time for having a perfect direction, to get a proper direction. If you see that on last day, as almost similar selling and buying with respect to the FIA and DN institutional traders, if you see, and we'll have a quick look at the FIS sensible data where we will see separate F1 now. So it is net bearish, so wait for first initial time period with respect to the opening. So even if it is a gap up opening, wait for first initial. Let's see if it, which direction if it is moving. It is coming below this particular level anywhere near to our resistance once, and if you are getting a reversal from that level, then definitely you can go for a bull ride here. So we were expecting a move below this particular level, as it the previous days of closing was below our pivot line, but we have a good gap up opening, nearly almost 100 points plus 100 plus points. We are having a 122 points gap up opening. So wait for the first initial time period. I'll suggest you guys to wait. If it is coming below this level, or either way, if it is reverse giving a reversal from this particular resistance level, or even if it is coming to this level, then you can plan for a reversal trade from here. But if it is not sustaining above, as long as it is not sustaining above this pivot line, then definitely we can consider the bear side. So as long as it is above, we can go for the bullish trade side. So that is with respect to today's levels in Nifty, and be cautious for the day. Like we know that we have got great gap up opening. So wait for the first initial time period, 5 to 15 minute. I will suggest let the market settle down and let it give a proper direction. Or you can take confirmation on the volume base as well. So as we have a good gap up, if it is running for a bull ride, if you get a chance right here near to the resistance, then you can go for a reversal trade from this particular level to the R2 and R3. But volume matters. Always confirm your direction with your volume only. As long as it is sustaining above this pivot line, which is then our sentiments is always bullish, as long as it is above this level. So I wish everyone a good day. Properly manage your risk, and thank you. That's all for today. Thank you guys.